Good morning, Kitchissippi. It is Sunday, April the 13th. This is a video version of the 432nd Kitchissippi Weekly Email Newsletter. My usual reminder that we've got lots more information about all the topics that we'll discuss in the weekly email newsletter, to which you can subscribe at kitchissippiward.ca. I think I've got a short one this week. First up, I am hosting pop-up office hours tomorrow, Monday, April the 14th, at Bayview, the Bayview Yards Innovation Center. That's at 7 Bayview Station Road. I'll be there from 2:30 until 4:30 p.m. for pop-up office hours. Pop-ups are an opportunity to come by anytime during those hours, chat with me one-on-one about whatever is on your mind. I hope I see you there. On April the 17th, Councillor Brockington and I are co-hosting OC Transpo to talk about the new ways to bus and how your bus route may change. On April the 27th, the new ways to bus is coming into effect. Many of the routes in our ward will change. Some routes are being eliminated, other routes are being modified. Come on out on April the 17th to Westgate Mall from 5 until 7 p.m. to ask OC Transpo about the new ways to bus changes. A bit more info on the community yard sale. I am hosting that with the local community associations again this year on June the 7th. Rain date will be June the 8th. I do have the information online at kitchissippiward.ca about the community yard sale, and I am now collecting addresses to add to the map of participating locations. Email me at jeff.leeper@ottawa.ca and I'd be happy to add your location to that map. The Committee of Adjustment is meeting this week on April the 16th. At 123 and 125 Carruthers, the owner is seeking permission to subdivide the property into two separate parcels of land to establish separate ownerships for each half of the existing long semi that's there. City staff have taken a look at the application and expressed no concerns. And held over from the last Committee of Adjustment hearing, the application at 100 Hamilton for, I believe it's a 3-story low-rise apartment building with 8 units will be heard. That was adjourned from the last hearing. City staff have expressed no concerns with the application, but I know it's contentious and I expect to hear from the Hintonburg Community Association and others about their concerns at that hearing. From the April the 2nd hearing of the Committee of Adjustment, the committee granted the severance and minor variance application at 60 Hampton, and they also approved the subdivision at 317 West Hill. The Neighbors for Tunnies group has a survey that they're hoping you'll fill out. You can get to their website at neighborsfortunnies.ca. They are hoping to promote understanding of the redevelopment that's happening at Tunnies Pasture and to provide the community's best feedback as to how that should proceed. Obviously, Tunnies Pasture is going to be a major redevelopment, a tall, dense, mixed-use, basically new community there. Neighbors for Tunnies is made up of the community associations who abut the site, and they are hoping you'll fill out their survey. I have the link in the newsletter. A couple of community events to talk about. McKellar Park is hosting their spring egg hunt. That is always a blast. They're going to host that on Saturday, April the 19th from 10:30 a.m. at McKellar Park. It's going to go ahead, rain, shine, sun, or snow. Parents should arrive at 9:45 to hide 10 eggs per child before the scramble gets underway. The Ottawa Grassroots Festival is going to open, or it's taking place on April the 24th through 27th. That's a grassroots music festival that's being held at First Unitarian, just on the other side of our boundary. It is more than just great music. It's a celebration of community, creativity, and connection. Opening night is April the 24th with the Barrow Gangbusters. Local icon and Juno Award winner Lynn Miles will be playing on April the 25th. And the Devon Cuddy Band is going to be playing on April the 26th. Check it all out. I've got a link in the newsletter to the festival website. The Spring Fling Fiber Show, a reminder of that one, it's going to be held on April 25th through 26th. Do you know the difference between textiles and fibers? Do you love the colors and textures of cotton, silk, wool, felt? Then you won't want to miss this year's Spring Fling Art Show being hosted by Out of the Box Fiber Artists. I've got a link to that in the newsletter. Big fiber show taking place at Kitchissippi United, Kitchissippi United, April 25th through 26th. At City Hall, there are a couple of meetings coming up. A relatively workaday one for the Emergency Preparedness and Protective Services Committee. They're going to be meeting on Thursday, April the 17th. Their agenda just includes receipt of the Public Safety Service 2024 annual report, as well as that of the Ottawa Fire Service. I have a link to that item on the agenda with all the documents in the newsletter. The Community Services Committee has a fairly jam-packed agenda coming up on Tuesday, April the 22nd. They've got an agenda that includes an update on the municipal housing allowance programs. I've only had a chance to scan that one, but it looks like in light of the uncertainty as to whether or not the Canada-Ontario Housing Benefit Program is going to be extended, we're preparing for reduced funding for our housing allowances. Housing allowances are a very efficient way to top up low-income individuals' incomes so that they can afford housing in the market. The Canada-Ontario Housing Benefit is a major source of that funding. We don't know whether or not that is going to be extended. City staff are preparing to top up the funding, but only for those individuals who are currently in homelessness. So that would be a ratcheting back of the homelessness, of the housing allowance, something to keep an eye on in our next meeting. The committee is also going to deal with a recommendation to council to give staff a mandate to create a community-led green initiatives and community garden program. Looking forward to hearing more about that. And the committee will also consider the proposed childcare and early years plan for 2025 to 2029. There are also memos that will be received by the committee on the city's outdoor pickleball strategy, as well as an interim update to the annual Housing and Homelessness Report. And something I'll be watching as well, Councillor Kavanagh has a motion, I don't expect it will be particularly contentious, asking all three levels of government to pay attention to and see whether we can support what are called NORCs, naturally occurring retirement communities. Look, many of the buildings, particularly the condo buildings in our ward, are NORCs. They've attracted a large number of retirees. They form what some people call vertical neighborhoods, very tight-knit, lots of opportunities to do some interesting initiatives around healthcare, around combating isolation. So Councillor Kavanagh has a motion that would see us asking the feds and the province for some help in taking advantage of those opportunities, as well as initiating programs of our own. The full Community and Services Committee agenda is available on the website through the link in the newsletter. Kitchissippi, that's all I've got for you this week. Thank you very much for watching and enjoy what looks to be a glorious week.